Welcome everyone to a holiday accessories tutorial. I know it's been a while, but I hope you enjoy this festive guide and you find it useful. Thanks for watching. And the great thing about this one is that it can actually be converted into just like a regular winter hat as long as you don't use red and white. So as per usual for my tutorials, you'll need 4 shades, like 4 different values of the same color. So we'll have like an outer rim color, which for us is gonna be white, and the actual hat color, which for Santa hats again is gonna be red. So once you get those 4 colors, if you're not sure how to do that, I have like several coloring guides on that. We will start on the very back. So mark your front so you remember which side it is, right? With like a little X or something, or your colors. And then we'll move to the back to get started here. The first thing we're going to do is do our outline, so not worrying about any shading yet, we're just going to get the shape down. So choose the second lightest color of your outer, area. For us it's white, could be a different color for you. Second lightest one, and go to the back of the skin. And we're going to do 2 squares down here on both sides, and then connect them like this. So you only have these 2 pixels on either side open. Next, we're going to draw like the pom-pom in the middle. So we're going to start off with like a square, just like right center in the middle. So 2 up here, 2 down here. And then we're going to go around on all sides to make it more circular. Next, we're going to choose your main color. Choose the second lightest one again. And just fill in everything in that you haven't marked already. Great. Now that we have the general shape here, we can start on the shading. And then don't worry, we'll get to the other sides as well. So for your outer color, you can start with your darkest color here, come back here, and we can do the pom-pom first. So we're going to have just 2 pixels on the left side down here of your darkest color. And then you can move to your next darkest color, and we're going to be kind of like creating a circular shape like this. I'm actually going to make these colors a little bit more like different than the others, just so you can see the shading a little bit better. There we go, like that. So we have our 2 darkest colors here, and then the next is kind of creating like a wraparound idea, circular shape over here. And then finally, you can grab your lightest color, which we haven't used yet, your highlight, and add 1 pixel just like that. So it becomes this very round sort of pom-pom shape, which is great. Now that you have all your colors here, you don't need to like keep going back there, which is great. We'll choose our darkest color again, and we're going to work down here now. So we're going to add 4 pixels for our darkest color, 2 on each of these corners, and 2 in the middle right here. Then you can take your next darkest color, and we're going to try to like fill these in, like just kind of complete the lines where these already are. So above this pixel, above this one, above here and here, and then outline on the bottom as well, just like that. Finally, you can take your highlight color again, and on the right side in the middle right here, add 1 just like that. And that's the shading for the white part. Now we're going to move on to the red, or whatever color you have, with your darkest color. And you just need 2 pixels of your darkest color just right here under the pom-pom, because it's going to be a shadow right here that it casts. Moving on to the next darkest color, we're going to complete that shadowy area under here by adding this other like circle kind of shape, and 2 on the sides right here. Finally, we can grab our highlight color and add 2 pixels up here just like that. So you can see it kind of has like a shape to it, like near the edges, which is my general rule. You want things to be darker, like the edge of this color and the edge of this color right here, edge of this pom-pom right here, and then towards the centers, up like right here, and right here, it's lighter. If you're interested in more of the shading technique, like general stuff, I do have videos on that I will link below. Now that we have this side done, we can move on to our other sides. So we will start with our second lightest white color over here, just like the same thing that we did last time for the outline. And like wrapping around on this side, so like the same area, just on the side where this pixel is, we're going to draw a square. Then we're going to draw like a little L like this, and then just complete that up there. So it'll look like this on the side. And then we can fill in everything with your second lightest red color, or whatever color you have. And now we can start on shading, which is pretty simple. We will take the darkest color of the white, and we're going to wrap it around on this side, so it's the same thing that you have on the very edge of this side. Should be the same as what you have on the very edge of this side as well. So that would mean that this goes here as well. And then again, for the darkest color, we will add 2 pixels right over here. Second darkest color, we're going to complete like a square kind of situation, and then outline it like that. For the red part, same thing as I was talking about before, you can wrap this pixel around here. We'll add a darkest color right there and a highlight right on top. So it looks like this. This side is exactly the same as the other side, by the way. So if you know how to clone and plan in Minecraft, you can do that. If you don't, you can check out one of my videos which tells you how to do that, or you can do it manually since it's not that much work here. For the top, we'll start with the second lightest white color again. So here we go, like our face is on this side facing this way. This is the back over here. We're gonna start with 2 squares, similar to how we started in the beginning, and then fill this in the middle here. And then we can fill in everything with our second lightest red color. Beautiful. We can take our darkest white color and add 2 pixels just right here. So you'll see this is extremely like the same as this over here. And we will take our second darkest color and fill in the lines like we did before. And also complete the sides over here. So you're just doing the same thing that was already on this side. You're transferring it to this face. Same thing on the left, it's symmetrical. And then in between, like level with these dark pixels right here as well. Finally, we can add 1 highlight color either here or here, it doesn't really matter. And here as well on the side. So you'll have like 3 pixels highlighting over there. And now, just to make things not too complicated, we're not even gonna like add anything else up here because the shadow of how the hat falls will cast a shadow near its bottom, and it looks perfectly fine without anything up here. If you want to get fancy with another shading pattern of the red up here, go ahead, but for this tutorial, we're not going to do that. Now we're going to do the outer layer, very important, so click your outer layer button, and then we will start with the white part over here. We're going to outline, not like typically you'd outline the lighter colors, so we're not going to outline the darker ones here. So we're going to start with our very lightest white. Have that pixel go right there. So you're not changing anything from the bottom to the top layer. You're just taking whatever is here on the bottom layer and transferring it also to the top layer. We'll fill in this square right here, and then we'll fill in these 2 pixels over here. Oh, these are the same color, just like that. So you'll have this so far, not too complicated. And then we'll fill in just the very inner square of this pom-pom right here, just like this. Moving on to the sides. We're going to fill in this light pixel right here and along here, just like that. So we're only filling in the light parts. Same thing right here on the top. We're going to fill in these 3 pixels, these 3 pixels like that. So we have 2 of these so far. And then also these ones right here. That's what it looks like. And that's the finished product. Again, just copy the rest from the other side right here, and that should be all. If you skipped this part of the tutorial and didn't watch the last one, totally fine. You can do this either with a hat on or just like on the hair. It doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna keep the hat here though, because I don't want to delete it. And this is reindeer antlers. So you'll only need 3 or even just 2 if you want colors. I chose brown. You can make them white, you can make them silver, whatever color you want. And we can start with the middle color over here, or like the lighter one if you only chose 2. And we're just gonna make a very simple shape over here. We're gonna make like a little C, kind of like this. And then add these 3 pixels right there. So very, very simple. That's the only shape you need. Then we'll take our darker color and we'll add a line right here and a dot right there. And if you so desire, you can add a highlight in the middle right there, although it is not mandatory. I guess I will, just for funsies. Definitely not required. And then we'll move on to our outer layer. If you do have the Santa hat still, you'll just need to delete the 1 pixel there that's covering this antler, which is totally fine. And we're gonna highlight not the darkest color. So everything that's not your darkest color, transfer to the outer layer just like this. And there you have it. Now we'll just, like I talked about in the last part, wrap around everything onto the other side. So whatever's on the edge of one side needs to go to the edge of the other side. Just using the color picker tool here. Same thing with the outer layer. The edge of the outer layer on one side should go to the edge of the outer layer on the other side. So that is what it will look like in its entirety. And of course, do the same thing on the other side, unless you only want 1 antler for some reason. But that's it. The next thing we're gonna do is another super simple accessory. This is just like a little holly berry, which I see a lot in skins. It's either you can make them just as on their own as like a little bow decoration, or you can like make like a wreath out of them, which I won't show in this video because that would take a long time. But we'll start just as a bow. You can literally put this anywhere. So a lot of people put it in the corner, which I can show you, of their head, like in the front. As like a bow decoration, but you can put it, I like to put it sometimes if I have like a waistband, I'll attach it like in this area over here or in this area over here, but you can use it as decor wherever you please. So you'll just need one red color and 2 green colors. Pick your favorites, and we will pick the green color. We'll start with the lighter one and make like 2 little L shapes in the corners to make like a bow, just like that. Sorry if this is confusing, I can move this, that's not part of it. And then in the middle here, you can add a little holly berry right there, and also if you want on the other side as well, which is totally fine. Then you'll take the darker color and fill in those 2 pixels right there. Now for the outer layer, I would probably outline the 2 dark pixels just like that, because it gives the bow the most dimension. And that's that. If you do it in the corner just like this, make sure again you're wrapping these leaves around here so it looks more like realistic. Great. This is another accessory that does not need to be placed in a certain spot, so I'm just gonna do it in like this empty space over here. I put it on like the back of dresses sometimes, I put it at the belt sometimes. You can even put it in the hair, in the back of the head or on the side of the head, it'll fit there. You can put this bow wherever you want. So you only need 3 colors. I chose green just to be festive. And we'll start with the lightest color here actually because there's not much going on. I think it might be easier to see. And wherever you want, pick your spot. We're gonna make 2 2x3 rectangles like this with 2 pixels in between them, just like that. And we'll connect it right here and add 2 pixels at the bottom like that. If you like this shape, great. If you want to add a little bit more flair, you can add 2 pixels out to the side just like that. Optional. Then we'll take our darkest color, and on these 2 sides, we'll put like the little, hole things right there. Next, we'll take our middle color, and we will outline the edges right here and right here, right here and right here, and also down here as well. And if you had these ones, you can do that, or you can even make these the darkest one if you want down there. Also in the middle here, don't forget that. And that's the entire shading. Now in the outer layer, extremely simple, we will outline our lightest color, just like that. You can outline 1 or 2 of those in the middle. And also if you have this little tail, I sometimes do that, but it's optional. And that's the bow. Okay, and lastly here we have these adorable little snowman slippers. These are also pretty versatile, meaning that you can make them just on 1 leg, you can make them on both, you can make them whatever height you want, and I'm even going to show you 2 different versions. But these are very trendy, you've probably seen them around on NameMC, Skindex, whatnot. So here we go. You're going to need 4 colors of white, and then 3 colors of like a black brownish color, and then 2 colors of orange. If you want to add a scarf, which I'll show you, you can have 3 colors of red or whatever other color you want for your scarf. And you can even add like a little blush, like a pink. But again, the scarf colors and the blush, totally optional. We're gonna start with just the shape of the white. So choose your second lightest white color and pick whatever leg you want it to go on. I'm gonna do it here on the left leg. And we're just gonna outline, I'll show you the shorter version first. So we're gonna make it like 5 tall. Yeah, there we go. And like the whole width of the leg. And then we'll outline the hat with our second lightest, second darkest, whatever, middle color here of the dark color you chose for your hat, black or brown or whatever. I guess if you want a different color, go ahead. We'll add the eyes with the same color. So you want it to be like one below the hat, but with more towards the outside. So if you do it on this side, it'll be like that. And then the carrot nose will go right under the eye. So again, if you did on this side, it would go like this. And now we will do the shading. This is the one without the scarf. And next I'll show you the version with the scarf. So what you'll need for this is your darkest white color, We'll add 2 pixels right there in the very center bottom. Take the next lightest color, and we will, do like an L shape coming out from both sides, just like this. Finally, we'll take our lightest color and make a highlight right between the eyes, just like that. Now, a little bit of shading for the hats. You can take your darkest color, and we'll add 2 pixels just right here. If you do the other side, you mirror it and make it closer towards the middle of the leg like that. And then we'll take our lightest color and add a highlight right there. For the nose, you can take the darker of the colors and put it in the center, just like that. That might even be a little bit too much of a difference, so I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. Something like that. Looks very cute. And as for outer layer, I would outline the nose like that, right there. In the center of the hat right here. Just like that, those 2 pixels. And then also, since these are slippers, I would add a little bit of outer layer on the bottom right there to symbolize just like little feet area is what I would like to do. That's all for this version. I can actually make the other version on the other side, just, to keep this one here because it's so cute. This one's going to be longer. This one's probably going to be like 8 tall, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The length is customizable though. You can make it whatever length would make you happy. And then we're going to do the same thing with the hat on top. The eyes are going to be the same relative place too, and so is the nose. The difference here is that we're going to add a scarf. So you can take your middle color of the scarf, and we're going to make a line just right across underneath the nose. And then you can add the tail of the scarf wherever you want. If you want to add it there, that's wonderful. If you want to add it here, that's also wonderful. Here, or here. Like, you can literally add it wherever you think is best. I might do it right there. I think that's a pretty cute spot, but whatever makes you happy. Let's get going on the shading. So same thing, you're going to take your darkest color, mirror it right there. Second darkest color, add it all the way up and all the way to the side, just like this. And take your lightest color, highlight it through the eyes. The darker of the carrot color goes in the second, like the middle, the middle. And as for the scarf, we'll take our darkest color. You only need 3 for this, really. We'll do 1 right there and 1 down here. And then take your highlight color, your lightest one, and put it in the center just like that. The hat is going to be the same exact shading, so I'm just mirroring it on the other side. Like that. For the outer layer for this one, we'll do the same thing. These 2 pixels for the hat, this 1 pixel, the lighter one for the nose, these 2 down here for the feet. And we can do... how about those 3 pixels right there? I'm kind of making this up as I go. I haven't really done these in skins before, so I took inspiration from a bunch of different people's designs and also added my own shading to it. So I hope that you think that these are cute. Again, very customizable. You can do it however you'd like. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. As always, commissions are open, and as a thank you for watching to the end, I'll let you guys know that I'm planning on doing a remaking my subscribers Minecraft skins video soon. So subscribe and keep a lookout for your notifications for the community posts that I will be making soon about that if you want your skin to be remade by me. Bye bye, happy holidays!